Hey girlfriends, welcome back to my channel. It's Jazz and I am back with a hopefully short video on this topic. If you haven't seen my fibroid story, fibroid baby story, there's two parts to that. Check that out. So we're just gonna jump right into this because let's just do this. So if you didn't watch my last video, I did mention my fibroids have returned. Brief recap on my previous fibroid story. I was diagnosed, I believe I was 30. I don't even know what year that was. 2013, I believe. I was told I had fibroids. I had no idea what fibroids were. I knew my mother suffered through them. I just knew she had heavy periods. I didn't know where they came from or any of that. So I know my iron levels were low due to my heavy fibroids. I honestly thought people's periods got heavy as they got older. If you weren't having kids, your periods get heavier. This is my thought process because I was in my 30s and I had never had a baby. So I'm thinking like, oh, my periods are just getting heavier because I'm getting older. Boom. No. I had been on birth control from the time I went to college, 18. So from 18 to 30, I had been on birth control pills because I'm just like, you're not having kids, you're going to be on birth control. So that's just all I knew. But if you were taking birth control pills back then, you know that you had to go every year to get a new prescription, which required a little check and check. So the year before, they didn't see anything. So then I switched birth control. I swear I feel like this is the reason why, but who knows. And then a year later, my next checkup, she's like, you don't feel that? You don't feel that? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, I got to get you upstairs for ultrasound. I'm like, lady, I'm on my lunch break. Let's just run me this prescription. Let's roll. She told me I have fibroids. I'm like, okay. And then all in the same breath, she says, okay, as soon as we get your iron levels high enough, we're just going to operate. It's like, whoa, operate. What? Like, I had never had surgery. When I tell you I had never broken a bone, I had never had an overnight stay in the hospital. It's like, surgery? No thanks. So I left her office, never saw her again, by the way. And I just started doing my own research. So that is when I stopped taking birth control. Once I found out that estrogen was directly related to the growth of fibroids, I was like, we're done. So I stopped taking birth control. And then I went into a little deeper. I stopped eating eggs, dairy. This is when I switched to like almond milk. When I tell you, I didn't have the best diet at that time. But I changed my diet not just because I wanted to save the animals. I didn't want these things growing inside me anymore. And it was like, who wants that? So after that the initial appointment, I went the next 5 years without having surgery. I had my good moments, I had my bad moments, and then when I was living in New York, I was really, really adamant about it. I did detoxes, all sorts of things I did at that time. But I think because mine were so large and where they were, it was inevitable. Like, there wasn't a diet that was gonna reposition where they were in my uterus. At the time when I was diagnosed, I had 5. By the time I had my surgery and they were removed, there were 21. And my biggest was 7 centimeters. So I had my surgery in 2019, got pregnant a couple months later. We know that story. But so now fast forward to 2023. And I've been dealing with a lot of stress. I've put on some weight. A lot of things have been happening and your body responds to that. Now, I know a lot of people who have said that their fibroids come back. Even the doctors tell you, hey, if you're going to have a kid, make it happen because they might come back. So for me, it's kind of like, I'm like, oh, great. Let's go through that program again. In comparison to how big they were, 7 centimeters being my biggest one, I think my biggest one now is 1 millimeter, if that makes sense. So they're very small. My doctor said that it's not something that they would, operate for or anything like that. She just, once we did the ultrasound, because I was concerned, like, when you get ahead of it, when like, okay, I know what these periods look like. Let me, can we take a look? Like, I literally went in there and she was like, "You're not due for one." I was like, "Well, let's just take a look at my uterus and see what's in there." Because I know what this feels like. Well, I've been getting weaker. My iron is getting low. I was like, I know all the feels. Let's just take a look. So sure enough, there were some small fibroids in there, and I'm back on the fibroid program. So I'm making this video because I know there are a lot of people out here suffering through fibroids, because I did it for 5 years. Now, when you do everything correctly, it's manageable, because operating on your uterus just so that they can come back is kind of whack if you're not going to make any changes. But if you start making those changes now, you can make it to where, like, hey, you know what, let me see if I can get a hold of this without getting cut open. So when I'm not having another surgery. So the main thing for me is getting through your cycle. That's the, like, you can have the pudge, you can have the extra weight, but that cycle, it's a monster. And you don't have to suffer through it. Like, it doesn't have to be that. I'm trying not to ramble. Where are my notes? Okay, so let's just go through a couple quick facts about fibroids that you may or may not know, and you're just living through them. One being, fibroids are a excess of estrogen in your body, and they're forming in your uterus, essentially. So once I knew estrogen was the main thing, and us women, we already have a lot of estrogen anyway, and then when we have a little bit extra fluff on us, that's extra estrogen. Your diet, that's why I stopped with the dairy, that's estrogen. High estrogen foods include red meat, processed foods, dairy, sugar, estrogen. I have eliminated all those things from my diet, period. Processed food, we working on it, but I don't eat red meat. I try to stay away from chicken. Chicken I didn't list here, but I did, Google high estrogen foods, and those were the top 4. But chicken does have estrogen in it. Anything that's going to have added hormones in it, I kind of try to remove it from my diet, more specifically now than before. Another thing, your immune system's response to overgrowth in your uterine cells is inflammation. So before I get into the supplements and the things that I do, I always focus on anti-inflammatory, period. Inflammation is what's causing the excessive bleeding during your cycle, the inflammation. Inflammation is the root of all evil for a lot of things. So if you're on an anti-inflammatory diet, you're winning, period, in life. So an added estrogen makes the fibroids grow. Let's get into what I drink and eat to make it through. So main thing that I started doing was juicing during my cycle. Specifically, those days, I'm drinking green juice every single day. From that first day, she peek her little head in, you're drinking the juice all day long. Now, I have a juicer. I had gotten a juicer around the time I was diagnosed, and I started making my own green juice. I think I had got it on eBay for like $25, but that was 2013. I will link the juicer that I use, but I do have a couple options. So if you don't have a juicer, don't be defeated. So the juice combo that I make is kale, spinach, lemon, apple, ginger, parsley, cucumber. I make all that in a juice, and I make enough to get through the first 3 days, then I make another batch mid-cycle for the remaining days. If you don't have a juicer, because I didn't juice this week, so you see this is half gone. I wanted to show you the two brands. We're not going to get the sugary drinks that we see, and we're not going to name them because I don't even want you to go look for those. You're going to get organic cold pressed green juice. If you don't have a juicer, it's going to be in the produce aisle. This is where you're going to find these. So the one I'm drinking today is Fresh Evolution. It's cold pressed vegetable fruit juice blend, USDA organic. It's called Organic Green Devotion. This I drink half in the morning, and I'm going to drink the rest of this before I go to bed every day of my cycle. You thank me later now. This one has celery, cucumber, spinach, romaine, kale, lemon, parsley. Most of the ingredients that I just named. The next one, Suja Organic. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Cold pressed, Mighty Dozen, apple, celery, cucumber, kale, collard greens. This is another one that I get when I'm not in the mood to juice. They're usually on sale. If there's a Giant Eagle in your area, they're usually always on sale at Giant Eagle, 2 for $6. Whole Foods has them. Sometimes they're on sale when you can catch a sale. When you can find the bigger ones, I bought one from Amazon. They had a larger bottle that I got 2 of those for my cycle. So these are the juices that I purchased if I'm not in the mood. Now, Spirulina. So this is I'm doing this when I'm on my cycle. Period. I'm juicing when I'm on my cycle. I'm not juicing 30 days out the month. Not doing it. But on my cycle, I will juice if I'm in the mood. But if I'm not in the mood, I'm going to go buy some juices. It's cheaper to go to the grocery store and get the produce and make it yourself. If you have a juicer, it's definitely the cheaper option. Now, every single day, 7 days a week, 365, until I get to where I need to be in life, Spirulina. There's so many different reasons why you should have this in your diet other than fibroids, but more specifically, Spirulina is a great supplement. Can you please leave that alone? Come over here. Thank you. So because my cycle has become heavy, I'm anemic again, so I'm back on taking iron supplements. I'd rather not take the iron supplements. I always forget. So Spirulina is anti-inflammatory. Everything I mentioned is going to be anti-inflammatory because that's what your body needs when you are suffering through fibroids. So it's going to also support your anemia. It's going to reduce your heavy periods. So with this can be used with just putting it in water and drinking it. I've been making this really great, it's called like a green lemonade. It doesn't taste like lemonade, but so I put some of this, 3 cups of water, juice of a lemon, honey, and a little bit of ginger. I blend that up in a blender. If you have a blender, that's something you can do. Or you could just simply put this in a glass of juice or water and you're winning. So I will link this as well. Who's next? Let me check my notes, y'all. Okay. Next, black seed oil. So I've been hearing a lot of people talk about black seed oil. I did get the capsules. If you want to get just regular black seed oil, I'm not sure how you take that orally or what, but I did get these supplements. These are pure cold pressed black seed cumin seed oil. I had saw a video, a guy was talking about black seed, and I actually saw that because it was really good anti-tumor, cancer fighting properties. You know, I was thinking about for my mom, so I was actually giving these to her when she was no longer getting chemotherapy. But once she couldn't swallow pills anymore, I started taking them, and I looked into it. I was like, oh, well, hey, your fibroids are back. Let's just make it life. So black seed oil, antioxidants, anti-tumor properties, They're going to actually aid in shrinking the size of the fibroids. If you want to do your own research on black seed oil, they do talk about the actual oil, rubbing it on your abdomen as well. All right. And then last but not least, so I found this gentleman on TikTok and Instagram. He's a real, like, herbs, being natural. He's an herbalist. He all about being healthy, all about, non-traditional medicine. And he has what is called the Queen's Formula. This is specifically for your uterus, and that's why it's called the Queen's Formula. There are a lot of different herbs in here that I'm not going to waste my time and butcher the pronunciation of these. This does not taste great, but when I tell you, I was maybe on day 2 of my cycle. I was taking this and it just disappeared the next day. Now, I was like, now see, wait. Wait. I stopped taking it because I was like, wait a minute, I'll take this when I'm not on my cycle because I still want my cycle to do its thing. Like, I want to keep like, okay, 4.5, 5 days is my goal. It's really been like 7, but if I can get that to happen, no, you see that crack in there? The water gonna spill out. So if I can get that, okay. Lord have mercy. Thank you. So delicious. So I try to take this. I'm actually almost done with this. It's like halfway gone. I take this when I'm not on my cycle because I'm using all the green juice and everything to have a normal managed cycle. I think at one point I had gone into like 13 days. And I was like, oh, we got to get back into the program. We got to get back because I haven't worried about my diet. I haven't cared about myself at all lately. So I'm really getting back into myself. So this is my starting 5 right here. It's not even really 5, but these are the things that I do. And another thing that I don't have in front of me, but about the Queen's Formula, it does aid in eliminating fibroids, relief for cramps, and anti-inflammation. Promotes blood circulation. So you want to get your blood back going you want to get your blood back flowing from the loss from your cycle. So I think I got everything that I wanted to talk about. Also, if you drink alcohol, let me just tell you this. When you have a estrogen dominance in your body, a lot of times it's your liver isn't breaking down the estrogen in your body. So now you have excess estrogen. If you are a heavy drinker, your body is going to shut down doing everything it's doing and break down that alcohol every time. So for me, I'm going on a nice, I haven't been drinking liquor, but when I had fibroids, in my 30s, I was a drinker. I was in happy hour often. I was single, no kids. I was living my best life. So I'm not going to say here I was drinking tequila. I was a heavier drinker. I have reduced it to wine now since I have been back into drinking since I stopped breastfeeding. If you drink a lot of heavy liquor, you probably want to take a break, get a handle on what's happening, and then have one every now and then. For me, I'm going to take like a 90-day break on the wine and kind of just get everybody in balance. I want to get back down to a 5-day cycle. And right now, we're at like we're at like a 8, 9, and that's no good. So I'm going to be checking back with y'all monthly on how everything's been working for me. And also, when I mentioned your liver, detox tea. Anything that's going to detox your liver detox tea. It's going to make your liver break down that extra estrogen in your body. I always stay drinking a detox tea regularly. Any, yogi tea, nothing crazy. It doesn't have to be a $25 tea. It can be the $7.99 box in the grocery store. Any liver detox tea, any detox tea, anything that's talking about breaking down or detoxing your liver is what you want to do because you want to get rid of that extra estrogen. in your body. I feel like this video is about to be so long. If you want me to go into more detail into the non-dairy products, my finds, I could do a quick video on that. But I feel like everybody knows what non-dairy is, and a lot of people think it tastes gross. It does not. But if it means adjusting your diet to have a, regular life, because it's not, I think I gave up towards the end when I finally decided to have surgery, because I was like, it's beyond me. Like, they're huge, so it was like something that I had no control over. But there were times when I was really strict and on it. My stomach was the flattest it had ever been, and they were all still in there. And it's because I was reducing the extra fat off my body. I was making sure I was eliminating waste regularly, the detox tea, and my stomach was flat. So I want to show you a picture of what me being on a me being about my game and taking care of my body. This is what that looks like. This is what it looks like when I wasn't. I looked like I was due. Like, and these are the same fibroids. And this is kind of more towards the end when I was, just doing the most and not really want it. So it can be done. I'm going to show you how it's done, because I'm going to be checking in with y'all every month. I'm about to get back in the gym. I just have to take care of myself. I don't feel good. Like, I'm tired. Like, and I know it's because I haven't been taking care of myself. So I have to get back into it. So I'm going to make the change. Regular exercise will eliminate the extra fat on my body, which will eliminate the extra estrogen on my body, which will eliminate the fibroids. Being active, exercising gives you more energy, gets your body pumping, which helps regulate more healthy red blood cells, because you're losing all of that on your week-long period. There's just so many things. Do your own research. I will link everything that I listed in the description box. It's hot up here. I complained about it being cold, and now I'm suffering in a sauna. I think I think I went over everything, y'all. Let me check my notes. But please ask me any questions. I'm going to be checking in with y'all monthly about this, because that 13-day period, that 13-day cycle was it for me. So we won't be doing that no more. Anyone out there who currently has fibroids, who does not want to have surgery, or has had surgery and doesn't want to have surgery again, your fibroids came back, I'm here. If you want to talk, we got questions. I'm always responding to comments. I can help you get through it. I'm going to put everything that's already in my Amazon store in the description, so you can get everything that I'm actually using, because I did my own research and I got these things for my fibroids. There's so many health channels I follow on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, I'm making that, I'm getting that. So I am here to help. I will make a point to check in monthly about this topic, because it's so trash. Because our doctors aren't telling us to change our diet. They're just like, hey, you have fibroids, we'll get rid of them for you. But we're not going to tell you how you got them. We're not going to tell you how to get rid of them. We're not going to tell you what to cut out of your diet so they don't continue to grow while you contemplate on if you should get surgery or not. So many women are having hysterectomies prematurely because they don't have the right information. So I'm not cutting my uterus out. And that's that. So thank you so much for watching. Jalen's writing on her hand. You want to come say bye? Yeah. She had a cold this week. Yeah. But we feeling better today? Yeah. Anything you want to say? Bye. Bye. Peace. Peace. All right. All right. And also comment down below. Let me know what y'all want to see next. Oh, I did a twist out. This is my twist out that I did for Thanksgiving. I actually haven't even really fluffed it out to the max, but y'all see from my cut I was telling y'all about, I got a little bit more shape. I want more shape because it's still long in the front. So I have to put it to the back because it'll just be in my face. So yeah, I got a little shape. Little shape. Little shape. Little shape. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, I appreciate the support from everyone, especially on that last video I posted about my mom. So I appreciate all the support from everyone. And all right, till next time. Peace.